All right, thanks for tuning in to the Mark of Hypnosis. So, as you know, we're going through a series of the 8C words of the IFS system, the 8C words of self. And so today's C word of self is connection. And so that is where last week we talked about curiosity, being curious, understanding, asking the part, asking the questions, because the journey begins when you ask the question. So now we got to kind of connect with the part. And I'm not saying be the part and be totally connected. The self, the connectivity of self means you want to know what that part is doing. You want to understand that part, why it's there, how it belongs there. You got to be curious about the part. So now that we're curious about that part, we have to connect to that part, and some of that is understand what you're feeling when that part decides to come up. Understanding um, situations where normally that part, and if you don't know about IFS and the parts, it was Dr. Schwartz brought along this model because he had his clients kept saying, well, there's a part of me that does this, and there's a part of me that does that. And so that's why part we're talking about parts is because we all have systems within us that bring up certain behaviors and attitudes because of parts of us that were built and sometimes built at a very young age, and we need to listen to those parts. We need to connect to those parts, and once we find out why those parts are there, we can begin to start to understand and mold our life better with those parts, around those parts. They've got a job to do, and maybe, just maybe, we can assign them a better job to do because obviously they are doing a good job at what they've been working on. So, connecting to our parts is a very important step in the IFS system. So, I want you to be curious about those parts, be curious about connecting with those parts. As always, you're important, you matter, and thanks for listening to the Mark of Hypnosis.